Good morning. This place, it's really messy. But I don't want to clean that right now. I want to make a coffee. Oh, that kind of sucks. My cup is dirty. I feel like I've done this a few times. Trying to make coffee on the camera for fun. Because I saw it once where, what's his name? Peter McKinnon? He did it one time. And I thought, wow, that looks kind of cool. But then I also thought, why? Like, I get it. Maybe you're super passionate about coffee. I mean, I really love coffee too. But do you necessarily have to make like some sort of mega super cool, like, I don't know, video? Is that what? Just like you know what I'm saying? This is the milk that I love. It's blurry. It's vanilla almond. What was I saying? Yeah, so Peter McKinnon, he makes this like really slow-mo, ultra cool looking video about coffee. But it's just like, it's not really, it has no purpose. It's not like a commercial or anything. Even though I thought it was cool, I then also ultimately thought, what was the point of that? Everyone has their own motivations. I'm just kind of talking and ranting here. I'm not really, nothing against Peter McKinnon, you know. That's not at all what I'm saying. The other problem I have right now is that my camera is running out of batteries. It's on like 21%. So I'm gonna have to swap that in a minute if I'm gonna keep talking. But let's taste this coffee and see how it is. Oh, not bad. I think there's a bit more vanilla milk than there is coffee, but we can live with that because we love vanilla milk. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but it was gonna be me talking about my business, so that's what I want to do. I haven't scripted or processed any of this, but I just wanted to post because I never really do that. And I talked about this before, that I never really do that. I think my videos are way too overproduced. And this is one of the more scary things for me to talk about, and I don't know why, and that's why I want to post something about it. And, you know, talk about my frustrations and confusion about business and owning a business and how to operate a business and what to do with the business. All right, well, let's talk about it. I have 16% of battery to say what I need to say. So I have a weird feeling about my company. Like, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the whole thing that I want to do and have done so far. And I think I've impressed myself in how much I've actually done in terms of, you know, getting it all set up and everything and making sales and stuff like that. But there's something, I don't know, that keeps holding me back for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it could be fear. Because I don't know, like, I haven't really done a post like this or a post on the actual account for my business, because I do have like my original YouTube account I've set up as my business account, but I never did a post like this. I just posted diving videos and stuff on it. But I think I was, I don't know, scared to do that because it makes it real in a way, like more real, I guess. I don't I don't understand it. Maybe some of you will understand it if anyone that is actually watching this. But yeah, it's just like making a video and explaining the whole company and how it works and stuff, like having it on video. Like, text is easy to change, I guess. Maybe that's the thing. Text is easy to change, and like I've typed up my company and I obviously have my website and all that stuff like that. But making a video, like, you have, that's like kind of forever, right? Maybe that's what it is. I'm not 100% sure what the feeling or what the reason is, but something's holding me back from doing a video, and I'm pushing myself enough to do this video today, and also another video as well that is the video that I'm speaking of that I haven't done, that fully introduces my company to the world of YouTube and I guess TikTok as well, because I can't ignore the fact that TikTok is an ultimate source of advertising for free, pretty much. And maybe some Instagram. I even have an Instagram account for it. If you're interested in looking at my company, and I'm not hiding it on this channel either. It's like I've spoken a little bit about it, obviously, but not like that much, if you know what I mean. And every one of my videos in the description, it has a link to my website where you can get stuff if you're interested. And I only have like, a couple products, but still. But that's like the purpose of it, and I guess I don't know, it's not that much that I've done on this channel. And this channel really isn't about my business. It's not supposed to be. I kind of wanted to pivot a little bit towards that stuff though, but like more behind the scenes stuff, I guess, not like advertising, and advertising I say in quotes kind of, because I don't mean like, hey, there's a Black Friday sale on, like specific to that, if you know what I mean, like a video that's just devoted to that, if you kind of get what I mean. Like I wouldn't mind saying here and there, like there's a Black Friday sale. I'm using Black Friday because it's Black Friday like last week, and like I could just say in the front of like a different video that's unrelated, like, hey, just letting you guys know my products are, a percentage off or whatever. And I think I did do that, but I don't know where I did that. I don't remember where I did that. I should keep a note of where I do things. The moment you realize that your hair is really bad on camera, and that it's just like blowing in the wind of the fan that's over here because it's just really hot in Australia right now, and my air conditioner, which is normally up there, and it still is, it's not working, so I'm just stuck here with this fan that is decent but not adequate enough to help me deal with this heat. Anyway, back to the story of business. I think, just going back to why, I think it must be just a fear-based thing, a worry that it's not good enough. That's one of the strongest things. Like, I worry that it's not, like, the video, I suppose, is not good enough. I actually, this is crazy, but I actually, so crazy. I actually made a video, like, all about my business, and I was editing it and stuff. And as I was watching it back, I was like, this isn't exactly what I want to do. This isn't good enough for my company. And thinking about it, I was like, why did I think that? What, like, it was for YouTube. It wasn't like, it was going to YouTube, but I think in my head I was thinking like, this is my intro for my company. Like, I can't have this. This is not good enough. You know what I mean? And this video here has no additions, no specialties, no additives to make it amazing. That's not the purpose of what I'm doing here. And I think I need to make that kind of the same idea for my business, because you just need to push and you just need to go. That's my problem. I see this advice all the time, and I try and take it as much as I can, just to push yourself to just put something out there, just put it out there. And I did that when I created my business, but like trying to get it known or promote it is the part where all the fear kicks in. Like, this is not going to be good enough. What do I do? What do you do? I don't know. You just that's when you have to just push. You have to just push, just make something, post it out there. And I got some advice recently from a business coach actually. I just started business coaching, which I never would have done if Emmy hadn't pushed me to do that. But yeah, I mean, it's partly due to Emmy. I don't know why I'm yawning. Sorry. Yeah, it's partly due to, well, anyone who anyone who normally watches me knows that as I'm reading things or talking a lot, I end up yawning. I don't know why. It's a very common in my Guild Wars videos. I'm reading all the blog posts, and I'm just yawning throughout all of them. Even though I'm super excited, I'm just yawning. So yeah, I mean, it's a bit of push from Emmy to like put me on the path to improve the business. So I am getting coaching. I got like a year of coaching coming up, and my first day is in 2 days. I don't know exactly what to expect. I do have a video call with the guy, and yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. But he is pushing me to like make content as well because my company is like already established, and I said that earlier in this video. It's like it's pretty much fully established except for the marketing side of it, and I just keep it's the head thing. The video is not good enough. Don't worry about that. I think that's pretty much the reason why it's hard to start a business. What makes it difficult to continue running a business is you get in your own head, I think, and you maybe lose confidence in the ability of portraying the business the way that you wanted it to, or you wanted to portray it rather, and you end up like worrying that whatever content you put out doesn't show the business in the light that you wanted. I feel like I'm saying the same thing, like kind of 3 different ways, but kind of like as I say it, I'm kind of trying to make it make sense to me as well. My camera is about to die, so I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I want to say something else, so let me just go change the battery real quick. Okay, the weird thing is this battery should have been fully charged, but is at 60 or 79%. Almost at 69. Ha, funny. Yeah, so I don't know why. Interesting. You know what? Getting one of these for Christmas would be nice. And I don't mean a battery, I mean a battery charger. Maybe I should take a look. Maybe I should have looked on Black Friday. Why didn't I look for this? Ugh. All right, so I want to talk about just a little bit about my business for a second, in terms of like how I want to run it. And it's a little bit unconditional. Unconditional, that's not the right word. Untraditional, the way that I want to run it. Because there are a lot of companies these days, as you're probably well aware, and a lot of them are not very transparent. Some of them are. I don't know which ones are as transparent as they can be without revealing like industry secrets, if you know what I mean. It's not like what are you going to be revealing anyway by telling people how things work. So one of the things about my company is, and one of my mission statements kind of in my tagline, is that I don't remember exactly how I wrote this, but in a world with an increasing number of business obscurity, I want to make my company something like this as transparent as possible. And that's not only for consumers to understand like how my company works, and be confident in purchasing from my company, or me rather, but it's also for me to be accountable at the same time as also just being honest and true to who I am and my passion and my, what is the word? Like my thought process, I guess. There's probably a better way to say this, but my thought process behind understanding today's business world, like what I don't like about it, and I want to do the opposite of today's business world to make it something that I like, if that kind of translates to having a transparent business. Like if you understand, so I said that very weirdly, I get it, but basically there's no transparency in today's world, so, and I don't like that, and so I want to make my business as transparent as possible because of that, because of those two things. It doesn't exist really today that much, and I don't like that. So I want to be different, not only in the product side of things, but in that specific side of things. And that may open me up to scrutiny, possibly, perhaps from consumers, I'm not sure. Maybe some higher level individuals if my business ever takes off, if you know what I mean. But I think that is the best way forward because transparency and honestness, if that's a word, I feel like it's one of the most important things to have in a company, and to understand the motivations behind the company and why you'd want their product, or if you really want their product based on your whole feeling of that company. And that's like, crafting the company image, basically. It's a little bit different in terms of crafting the company's image versus crafting the company in your image. And I think that's kind of where I differ. I'm trying to craft the company in my image rather than, creating an image for the company that people want to be interested to buy from, because it's not like a faux company, if you know what I mean. For example, let's just take Apple, for example. So let's say Apple, like obviously Tim Cook, he's a person, he's a person, he's a human. He runs Apple. I mean, obviously you associate Tim Cook with Apple, but essentially they are two different things, right? Maybe Apple's a bad example because Tim Cook does act weirdly, like weirdly refined, almost like is he truly like that? I'm getting off track here, but I'm trying to think, like, imagine a company that Apple's a bad example because imagine a company that perhaps doesn't have a face to it. Like Tim Cook is the face of Apple, basically. I mean, I don't imagine Tim Cook when I look at Apple, but if I hear Tim Cook, actually, okay, Apple is a weird one because it's almost like Tim Cook is a product of Apple rather than Apple being Tim Cook's company. Does that make sense? Like Tim Cook kind of acts like Apple is. This is a really weird conversation. I don't know where we're going. Let me get back on topic. So imagine a company that doesn't have a face, that doesn't have a name to it or anything. Like no one's made the company specifically. You can't put a face to the company name. Someone who is behind the company that you don't see, they could be crafting the image of the company to feel and look like something that appeals to you specifically as a certain consumer. Like obviously everyone has their audience. So that company would appeal to a specific audience of people and they would make that happen. But behind the scenes, the person who made the company could just be someone who is the complete opposite of the audience they're trying to target. And that's where my company differs because I'm targeting myself, if that makes sense. Like my audience is me, and my company is me selling the thing that I would buy myself. Does that make sense? And like my essence basically is in the company. And that is why I think that's kind of how a lot of this fear starts, because I'm putting myself and all of me into this company, and then I go to think, well, I should totally announce this and totally make a video about my company, or like do some advertising or something that I'm even scared to do. Advertising. It's like putting yourself out there on the line. And I feel like I've never done that fully before. My company is the most of me that I've put out there. And I guess I just get scared of so many things. So many things go through your mind, like, what if the video's not good enough? What if you're not good enough in some way? Like, what if the product's actually really bad? What if people found out about this thing, like, would they really hate it? You know what I mean? Like, I think these things you start to worry about, and you don't realize that what you have could be so good. You just don't share it with people, and when you don't share, that's the problem. Like, no one sees it. If no one sees it, then nothing's gonna happen, and that's why you have to push yourself. And if you're making a company that you put your essence into, like me, I feel like that's the fear that you have to get over. It's almost akin to having a YouTube channel, because having a YouTube channel is kind of like your essence too. It's like you putting yourself out there in video form, and if you do it like this, just like talking back and forth, minimal editing, if you aren't like mega what's the word, like overproduced like Mr. Beast or something like that, and like that's like I would say that's a personality. That's a YouTube personality. It's like a TV personality pretty much. But when you are acting like your own personality, like you are you and you're on your video and you're doing this like I am right now, that's the scary part. You're putting yourself out there. It's in my opinion, I think it's less scary actually than doing a business, in the sense of how I'm explaining what my business is like with my essence built into it. Because if I'm like, because I'm selling something, I'm making and selling something. You're not really making and selling per se something, if you know what I mean, like on YouTube. You're just making a video. Like you are making a video. You're making something. But you're not really, it's not like something people buy. They can click off your video, right? But people will pay my company something, and by my company, me and, you know, what I, what? Like zoinks. Like if someone's paying for a product of mine, like obviously the money goes to me and all the other stuff that I kind of do with the money, which I outline as, you know, full transparency in my company. They then can have like, they have a thing in their hand that they can look at and be like, actually, you know what? This kind of sucks. I need to, you know, tell someone. And this also, I'm doing this video obviously after the whole, I don't know if any of you saw, but like the Marquez Brownlee quote unquote scandal, where he released like an app. Oh my god, my voice is double cracking. I'm so nervous. Oh my god, so nervous. No, he released an app that was like for wallpapers, and he was charging like $50 a month or something like that for membership, and it was like way too much, obviously, for wallpapers. And you know, even I feel that way about that. But like everyone's learning. I'm not saying there's no problem with what he did, no problem at all. But the point is, he put himself out there. Everything that I think he is sorta a little bit. He put into that because he wanted to do that app. Like that was his thing. He wanted to do it, and it wasn't really like I guess necessarily a business, like how do I describe it? Like business thing, like not this in the same sense as what I'm doing or what some of you might be doing if you're watching this, like a proper business. But it was like a business product, I guess, and he earned money from it. And when he did that, people could, you know, criticize it, and that's where the worry comes in and fear. And you put yourself out there, get criticized, and you're like, oh no, like what have I done? And then you start, before that happens, if you don't do anything, the worry is like, what if this is not good enough? What if it's not good enough? I should keep this to a minimum or not tell anyone about this. And then like, what's the point? What's the point of starting? What's the point of doing anything? It doesn't make sense. So you have to put yourself out there, even if, like, this applies to YouTubers as well. And me, because I do YouTubing and I'm doing business and I'm doing so much other stuff, and I get so busy, but that's off topic. You just have to put yourself out there, and you can't let the fear of being criticized ruin your good thing, because first of all, it could be so good that everyone absolutely loves it. And second of all, maybe it's bad a little bit, but you're going to get criticism like that will help you. It won't it won't kill your company, I don't think. I mean, don't do anything crazy don't go off your rocker with what you're doing. But I think if you kind of just push your stuff out and you see what happens. Because maybe like the worst thing is, I guess it could totally fail. That is the worst thing. But there is a great outcome of that, which is, that thing doesn't work. So you should push it further, faster, to see if it works. And I pushed mine. I haven't taken that advice. I'm going to now. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I don't know why. I'm going to do that now. I haven't done it before, and I'm going to push further and faster now. So far, I've been pushing slowly and steadily, I guess. Kinda. I'm just slowly. Not even steadily, but slowly. And it's so far been working. I feel like, I don't know, I was quote unquote happy with that. Kinda, I was like satisfied. Not satisfied, but it was fine, I guess. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And it's not enough. So, yep. I think that's all I wanted to say. I had to, I wouldn't say I'm venting right now, but I wanted to talk about this because I think a lot of people might be able to relate to this. Like, not, understanding that pushing your stuff, that even if it's your essence, you need to push it out and see what happens. I guess from here on this point, I'm going to be doing that. And this video is going to be uploaded to my Untamed Sensei channel because I'm going to, hold myself accountable for that. And all of you, and when I say all of you, I mean my subscribers who I currently have, which are around like 600 people, 640 people or something like that. My dear subscribers, I need you to help hold me accountable. And I kind of want to start putting on this channel also stuff about my business, perhaps like behind the scenes stuff or stuff that I'm doing for it. And, I do have a main, company channel, and it's called, I believe it is called Flamingo Fins Co. So you can check that out if you want to. It's kind of dead at the moment because I haven't really posted anything there, and that's part of my problem, not posting things. And another part of my problem is not knowing where to post things because I have so many split interests everywhere, and I've got like Guild Wars, products that I love to just talk about, my life, vlogging, that's a huge thing that I love to do, which is kind of what I'm doing. But I also wanted to talk about my business and stuff like this, and I just didn't know how to do it or if it would be received well or not. And I didn't know where to put it. I don't know if my main company channel is where I should be putting this or not. So it's just gonna go on my Untamed Sensei channel, which is which is my main overall channel, and I'll just continue to post like diving videos and like promo videos on my Flamingo Fins Co channel. And if anyone wants to go follow that, then I welcome you to do that. If you like diving videos, I'm gonna try and get a lot more on there. And I believe I do have a TikTok as well, Flamingo Fins Co. And I have a personal TikTok for this one, but I don't really use it either. I think I just find splitting my focus into many different areas is not that useful when it comes to like trying to post on social media. But for businesses, you should be posting on at least TikTok and then secondarily possibly on YouTube, which I haven't been doing also. Although I think at the beginning I was doing both. So we're evolving, we're moving into new things here, and we're going to be posting more and more and more. And if I don't do any of that, I myself and my coach is going to be on my ass about it. So I want to do that and just improve improve everything. And there'll be more updates for my business to come. And today, it wasn't really an update, I guess, but it's kind of like, how do you do this? It's how do you overcome this thing? And that's really what I wanted to talk about because that's kind of my problem right now. So if you watch this, I hope it helped you in some way. I'm not usually the type to say I hope it helped, but I feel like I talked a lot of points in this video, and it was a little bit of a jumbled mess. So that's why I say I hope it helped. I'll see you in my next video, everyone. Bye. Take care.